Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Spy Family episode number 5 reaction. Okay, the previous episode it was a mini episode, it was kind of divided into two mini little sections. The first one was the whole situation with Yor, where she decides to get better at cooking, goes to her friend, I guess they're friends now, Camila, the that office girl, and yeah, asks for her help because she thinks because she thinks that Lloyd was in the toilets for so long because she can't cook. But either way, because of that, she was able to kind of learn how to cook properly a dish, a dish which her mom used to make, and she was able to make it nicely. Unfortunately, that's all. That's all she was able to accomplish, because anything other than that she makes is dangerous. So there you go. That's one meal I think the Forger family is going to have. Like is going to enjoy having. So you're only one meal she can make now. I'm pretty sure she'll learn as time goes on. But for now, it's only one meal, better than like the things that she made. This one is way better because obviously it has a lot of nostalgia for her. Not only that, it tastes good, and yeah. So there you go. That's an accomplishment for your. The next part, obviously, it was about Frankie. Frankie has found someone he likes, asks Lloyd for help. Lloyd helps him out. He confesses, gets rejected. Lloyd hangs out with him and treats him to an expensive alcohol. And yeah, that's what happened. So that was that. So those two were the things that we got to see in the previous episode. I'm guessing from this episode onwards we're going to again get back to the main story. Let's see what happens, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Let's begin. This is episode number 5 of Spy Family Part 2. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here, sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. All right, let's see. Carry out the Griffin plan. What? Okay. Good early morning. Oh, what's she talking about? Yeah. Nah, Bond is way better. Bond man is way better. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, Damien here is unfortunately or fortunately a victim of that, so. Ah, yeah. Yeah, he didn't say that. She'd be like, I gave a name. Is she going to tell him the name? Okay. Ah, there you go. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I don't think that's how it's going to go, but let's see. Wow. I don't think he's paying attention. Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, grab the photo. It's flying away. Uh, what? Oh my god. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay, this worked in a very different way. We wanted Damien to act like this, not Becky. Oh my god. Okay. Well, it worked in a different way, but yeah. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Nah, these are elementary school students. What? Okay. I wonder who Anya's gonna get paired with. Ooh. Yeah, he's like, he's like, yeah, Dad will be happy. Oh boy, I bet it's Anya and Desmond. Well, there you go. Chance. Well, class is still going, so yeah. Well, hmm. Ah, that's why. Ah. So basically teamwork. Hmm. Using the limited resources. Was she? Oh no! Oh. Oh, nice. Okay, that's kind of. Oh no. I guess you are correct. Yeah. All right. Got him there, yeah. Oi. Let's see how it came out. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think. Okay. Oh my god! Griffin. Oh, his kind of, I guess. Hmm. Oh boy. She's reading everything. Yeah. Yo, the girl beside her is like. Oh my god. Well, she has already made one. Oh my god. Her head is like a whole flower, like field. Eleganto. Yes. All right. What? I guess griffins do fly, so. What is that? Oh boy. That's not elegant at all. Yes. Well, hmm, yeah. Uh, well, he wasn't able to. She tried to make it. Wow, Becky's Becky's quote. Hmm. Oh no, here we go. I wonder what he's going to say. Griffin Damon. What? What happened? What? How? What? Oh my god. Cry over the border. Oh my god. Well, yeah. Well, at least he got a medal out of it, so. Oh god. Chips man. Oh, it's probably his butler and his dog. Master Ding. Oh, his brother? Hmm. Well, what happened in the entrance? Oh, yeah. Really? Yeah, I don't believe that. If he was really concerned, he would have told him himself. Like, what? Yeah. What? Yeah, okay. Oh my god, they just. Full Metal Lady. Mission 17. Full Metal Lady. Oh, is she like her in a casual. Oh no. Oh my god, they're trying to tail her. Whoa. Yeah. Create a gap in time. Oof. Yeah, there you go. She took her disguise and she's out now. Alright. Hmm. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Uh, okay. Hmm. He's going to disperse naturally. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Well, that's impressive. Wow. Okay, that was random completely. All right, that's it. It- Oh, what? Wait, something left. What is going on? It's censored. Whoa. Okay, stop. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that's a cake. What is that? Wow. What? Yeah, obviously because of that. Oh my god. You didn't get isekai though. That's it. That last section was completely random um with the handler and like the whole thing. All right, this episode. We begin this episode with um Anya going to school, and like with Becky, she's like the kind of having like a conversation. Becky, as always, is talking about some drama, and like she we've seen how she likes like adult dramas and stuff, and she talks about all of that while Anya like watches Bond Man. So she's like, what are you talking about? Is this like some kind of a drama you're talking about? I watch Bond Man. I don't like I watch cartoons. And she's like, oh, you're still such a little kid, like you don't seem interested in these type of things, and it's too early for you, isn't it? With the smug face, Becky is just like he gives one of her quotes. He kind of gives like, as long as there's love in your heart, you can fly in the sky. Probably she got that from the drama, like that she was watching. And like they're having this conversation while in comes Damien and like his friends. Now obviously Anya in her head, she's like, okay, the previous like the way I kind of approached the whole situation with my dog failed because I had not actually thought about a name for the dog. So yeah, Damien was not happy about it, so that approach has failed. But now I have a good name for the dog, and it's a really cool name. And I also have the picture with me with my whole family and my dog. I'm going to use this to further my plan, and yeah, like and I will maintain world peace. So she's ready. I thought she was going to hand it over to him, or like I don't know if she was going to show it to him and say something like, oh, like look at this picture, like here's my dog. She goes in, she does such an she does it in such a roundabout way. She drops it on the ground, and in her head she's thinking like Damon's going to find it, and Damon's will be like, oh, like what is this dog? This is such a big dog, like oh, I wonder who is stronger. Let me go to your place, or you come to my place, and let's see like whose dog is cooler and stronger. Like in her head, that's how it's going to go. And so she drops it on the ground in a very weird way. She's like, oh, that my picture fell down, like with this such a the picture has my cool dog in it as well, and trying to kind of play it off. But Damon and his friends don't even look at it, they just leave. Obviously, like what why would they? And Anya's like, okay, mission failed. So what actually happens here is her plan does work, but it works on the wrong person, actually. Becky gets the picture. Becky's like, oh, whose picture is this? And then she sees it and looks at Lloyd, and she's like, wait, is this your dad? And then she's like, oh my god, you should introduce him to me. And Anya's like, wait a minute, that's my dad. He's married to my mom. Becky's not listening. Becky's like, yeah, like like I'm going to keep this picture with me, and I'm not giving this to you. And she just starts like just prancing around and everything. What? Anya tries to get it back from her. So yeah, I guess Anya's plan did work, Unfortunately, it worked on the wrong person. Now Becky wants to go to Becky wants to go to her house now, or invite them to her house. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, I guess she never saw her parents. Like I was wondering, like I was like did she never see Anya's parents? Yeah, makes sense because they became friends later on. Like after going to the school, she became friends, and I don't think she ever saw her parents. So yeah, there you go. This is the first time she saw, and she's like, "Oh my god." This is so funny. I in no way was I expecting something like this happening here. Like what? How? Oh god. All right. After that, we see them in the art class, and Mr. Henderson is taking a substitute class for the art teacher. And he's like, all right, our task is to make a three-dimensional object with the materials. Like it always baffles me with the level of education that all these kids go through. Like three-dimension, like who does that in that age? I don't remember doing something like I also had arts and craft in my school. We also had to do stuff like this. Like maybe some kind of maybe making like kind of taking cutouts, kind of sticking them in like a book and everything, and sketching, drawing, stuff like that we had to make. But not at this age. Like they're in, I feel like they're probably in like elementary school or something like that. Like my god, like it's crazy. Like that's basically, and obviously like, and who can blame Anya? Like like no one is supposed to do these type of things at this age. That's why she always it's not able to properly study, because the level of the studies is so large, like huge. But I guess that's why this is like a prestigious academy, like people here are like that, that much talented, and that much studious, or whatever you call it. But yeah, a 3D model of something, and they have to make. And Anya's like, all right, like this is a chance. And oh no, before that, Henderson first kind of makes them into groups, divides them into groups. And Anya, obviously falls in Damien's group. At first, Damien was like, oh, this is some child's play. Who does that? But then when he realizes that, I think Henderson himself says something oh, okay, executives of the school will come to see the works. There you go. As soon as he hears that, he's like, all right, there's a good chance to actually appeal to my dad. So if the executives like my stuff, it'll probably my dad will also be proud of me. So he's like, all right, I'm going to do this properly. And obviously fate plays a trick on them. Anya gets paired up with Damien, and Damien's like, my god, I knew something like this was going to happen. Like, oh god. Now Anya's like, yeah, it's really good because I got another chance. Now she is like, all right, what I'm going to do here is at first she asked Becky back for the picture, but Becky's like, no, I'm not going to give it back to you. I'm going to use this, keep this with me. And they start just running around. Then Anya's like, all right, you know what, let me do something else. Since this is like a 3D model we'll have to make, I'm going to make a cute little Bond's model. And obviously Damien will be like, oh, what is that, and she will say like, oh, this is our dog. And Damien will be very obviously very what can I say, impressed by that. That's what Anya is thinking. And Anya's like, yeah, that's how it's going to go. While obviously Damien wants to make something that's going to make his dad proud, so he thought of a griffin. Now all of this, all the children are starting to do their stuff, and the first thing we come across is Becky's work. Becky made a Lloyd. Oh my god. I love the fact that at first Henderson is like, what is this? And then Becky's like, oh, this is Anya's father. And then he she makes the little suit and puts it on him or something. And Henderson is like, oh my god, that's really, really good, you know. But at the same time, I cannot allow this because this is a human being, it's not an animal. I love how Becky counters that by saying, like, but aren't all humans animals? And Henderson's like, you're right. You know, like, that's true. Like, you know, you got me there. He just goes on. But then again, Becky is like, no, I'm not going to compare Anya's dad with an animal. You know, so yeah, I'm going to destroy this, and just punches it down. It just destroys the thing. Oh god. Now Anya's making Bond. Bond, she has been able to make one. That doesn't look like Bond at all, obviously, but still, according to her, like, you know, thought process, it looks like Bond. So yeah, she made it and gives it to Damon, and she's like, oh, this is Bond. And Damon's like, oh, so like, you know, you're actually awakened a new hobby of giving names to trash as well. So good for you. And Anya just is defeated, falls down. Okay, now Damien has like made like those whole blueprint things. Oh my god, these things, I remember, like, you know, seeing these things. You know, the sketches that they made, that Damien made for the cardboard cutout. I remember these in, like, you know, like they used to have, I'm pretty sure we still have those. You know, like they used to sell them, like cardboard cutouts with stuff like this done, and you have to cut them out and properly, like, you know, make the thing. When I was a kid, I used to see them, and it always, like, you know, really made me confused seeing all the little intricate details. I never got understood how to do it, so it always really confused me, and I never really got to understand how to properly make it at that age. So yeah, like, I just looked at them. That's just it. And I can, like, you can see that Damon is actually making the sketch, and he's also, like, you know, kind of going to do the cardboard cutout himself. So yeah, like, that's crazy. So he makes the griffin, and obviously they're like, oh, what is that? And he's like, oh, this is a griffin. That is, like, you know, our family's, like, you know, symbol or whatever. And Anya's like, oh, like, thinks that, oh, griffin, is it like a family member of the Chimera? I guess you could say that, you know, a Chimera and a griffin. Yeah, I guess a griffin can be considered as a Chimera, can't it? Like, they have like, you know, like different body parts, like, you know, just like how Chimera has. I think so. I guess you could call a griffin a Chimera. But anyways, Damien is like, in his head, he's thinking that, okay, like, you know, I'm going to make this. Dad will be like, oh, what an amazing design you've made. You know, it looks so great. You know, you're a proud, like, you know, you've made me proud, and it's going to praise him. He's thinking of all of that. Anya is just peeking into all of those memories. He's just like, you know, reading his mind. And Anya's like, oh, that's what he's thinking. Now, obviously, Anya comes up with the brilliant idea of helping him out, obviously, because this is something that's very important for Damien. So she's like, yeah, if I help him out in that, like, you know, it'll impress him. And Damien will be like, oh, you did a great job. Like, you know, like, I want to see your parents, you know, like, you know, my dad would like to meet your parents. And everything is going to go perfectly fine, all according to the plan. So Anya's like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So Anya starts in a very, you know, like a very good way. She kind of starts the plan. The first thing she says is like, oh, like, you know, Damien, you don't have to worry about the cardboard, like, you know, like cutouts. You can use mine. You know, I'm going to help you out to do it, do the griffin. You know, she starts in a very nice way. Obviously, Damien is kind of happy about it, because Damon was kind of thinking about that, oh, like, you know, my cardboard cutouts will probably you know, like, be short, so I won't be able to properly do it. So seeing that Anya is going to help him out, and saying that, oh, like, I'm going to help you do your thing, I'm going to give you my cardboard cutout, like, you know, cardboards to help you out, he was happy. He was like, oh, that's quite nice, you know, like, it started in a pretty good way. You know, obviously Anya's like, oh, I'm going to help you out, you know, yeah, I'm going to oh, I want to be of help to you. And Damien obviously starts blushing, and Damien's like, ah, do whatever you want to. While Becky is looking at that, and Becky's like, obviously Becky's head is fully in, like, like just like a fantasy mode. She's like, oh, so Anya actually likes him, like. Oh boy. Now, Henderson is seeing this, and Henderson is like, good, like they're actually collaborating, working together, helping each other out. That's what we wanted from this. And now after that, everything starts going wrong. Up until this time, Anya was pretty much like, impressing, like, Damien, but then she suddenly starts making some jet engines or whatever instead of the legs of the Griffin. So Damien's like, what the hell is this? And Anya's like, oh, it's jet engines, it's going to help him fly. And Damien's like, no, Griffons don't have jet engines. Like, you know what? You do the wings. No more jet engines. She starts doing the wings, and it looks weird completely. It's just all around, like, just scattered around. None of them are like properly done. And Damien is like, what the hell is this? These wings won't fly. Anya's like, yeah, that's what the jet engines are for. I love this whole conversation. It's so crazy. Damien is like, jet engines won't be used. So he's like, you are useless. You do your own thing. Stop wasting my time and paper. He gets pissed off so much that even the other students, he's like, you give me your paper. Like, give me your cardboard. And starts just bothering others. And Henderson is like, oh, this won't do. This is supposed to be a teamwork. So Henderson comes in, and he's like, this is not elegant at all. And he tries to cheer him up. He says, like, like, you do what you can, like, don't try to, like, like, go beyond what you can do at this point. So try to do the best that you can do with the limited amount of resources you have. But in Damien's head, Damien is like, no, that won't work. Like, I need to go beyond, otherwise dad will not, like, pay attention to me. Like, that's the thing, like, that's what he was, like, it was in his head. So obviously Anya reads his mind, and she feels bad. Later on, when, like, the arts and crafts, everything has gone, like, has been over, Anya gives Damien, like, that griffin, the little thing that she made. She tried to make it into a griffin, but it doesn't look like it. But anyways, it's the thought that counts. So she's like, oh, like, you take this to me, it's a female griffin, like, you pair it with the other one. And Damien's like, why should I do that? And she brings out, like, just like, tells Becky's, like, quote of, like, oh, if love is there, you can fly in the sky or whatever. And Damien's like, what the hell is that? But either way, I think he probably took it and put it beside his own griffin. So when the executives come in, they see that, and they're like, oh my god, this is amazing. Now, this is the thing about art, you never know what people is going to like and what not. Like, as they say, like, art is subjective. Different people might look at something and feel a different way about it. Some people might be like, oh, that's bad, and some people might be like, oh, that's wonderful. So that's basically art and sculpture. So it depends. So these type of abstract things, like, like the whole thing that Damien made ended up being like a very abstract thing, so that in itself sparked something in the imaginations of these executives. Obviously, this nation is always in battle and war, so they saw it in a different manner. So Henderson says that, oh, your thing got a gold medal from a gold medal. I think that's what he says. Yeah, they took a liking to it, and they were pretty impressed. Now, obviously, Damien's like, what the hell? That was like a battered down, worn down thing that I made. How could they like it? And the explanation that they give us is obviously, like I said, it looks like an abstract thing. So in front of, like, like the executives, the way they saw it was in a different manner. And what they saw is, like, they say, we saw the future of our country recovering from the war. in the heroic figure that still has its wings ripped off. There you go. Not only that, the little griffin that Anya gave him, which was put beside it, um, Henderson says, in particular, they couldn't help but cry over the body of the child griffin, which was placed beside the griffin. There you go. So yeah, that's why it won the prize or whatever. And obviously Damien's happy about it because, you know, like it is an accomplishment, however you look at it. And Anya's smug. Anya's like, ah, you see that? You know, like, how do you like it? And Damien's like, I can't show that to my dad. It's a battered down thing. So yeah, like, you know, he just leaves. And Anya falls down. Anya's like, mission still incomplete. But yeah, I guess I'm pretty sure he's happy about the fact that it at least got something and got like the recognition he wanted. Maybe he can say, like, you know, tell that to his dad and be like, oh, I got like a medal for it or something. Yeah, it's a win. It's a win situation, you know, win-win situation. All right, so later on we see Damien talking to, I think that was his butler, and he talks about his dog, I think, and he's like, oh, is dad here? And the butler is like, no, he's not here. And then the butler asks, like, are you going to come home? And he's like, no, I'm not going to go, like my exams are there and all that. And dad won't be there, wouldn't he? And he's like, yeah, like, you know, dad won't be here. But I think his brother's name is the person who he named, I think that was his brother. He's like, but your brother will be here. And he's like, oh no, okay, it's fine, like, you know, I'll stay here and study. And then he asks a question. He's like, okay, can you tell me something? Does dad know about the incident that happened in the entrance ceremony, you know, the thing with where Anya punched him and all that? And does he know about it? And has he said something about it? And the butler was like, yeah, he knows, and he was concerned about your health. Now obviously that's a big fat lie of, like, obviously, because if that was the truth, then he would have asked it to him himself. He wouldn't ask the butler and tell him that, oh, I'm concerned about my son. You know, he would have done that himself, unless and until the dad is extremely awkward around his son and, like, you know, like, it's like suffers from, I don't know, like, can't properly talk to his son because of nervousness or whatever. I don't know, like, you know, like, unless and until that's the reason, I don't see, you know, like, a father actually asking the butler and telling him that, oh, I'm concerned about my son, and not actually going to the son and talking to him directly about it. So there you go. That in itself kind of shows that this is a lie, and Damien obviously realized it, that his butler is probably trying to console him. So he's like, oh, you're lying. In his head, he's like, yeah, you're lying, I understand that. And he keeps the, you know, like, phone down, and his friends are like, oh, like, you know, like, your phone call is over, and he's like, yeah, let's go study, you know, for the upcoming exams. And in his head, Damien is like, yeah, like, you know, the only way I can see, like, dad's going to pay any attention to me is if I become the imperial scholar. That's the only way I see. So, like, obviously that's his goal, and he has, you know, it lit a fire underneath him. Okay, so that was that. Now later on, we see, oh, okay, then the next section comes out. Here we get to see the more about the handler, Sylvia Sherwood, the handler of Westerly's Intelligence Office Vice Anti-East Division, censored, years old, single. Okay, so she has done a lot of good jobs, like a lot of things she has accomplished. She's extremely, like, you know, capable, strong, you know, like, very, like, you know, confident and everything. And that's why she has always, like, she doesn't show any weakness. She has been called I think the Full Metal Lady or something. Yeah, the Full Metal Lady. So we get to see a little bit of her daily life, like where she, like, whenever she tries to inform something to Lloyd, and come in contact with him, she always has to go through a lot of process, like, just because everyone's like, it's like a few people always kept stationed, keeping an eye on her. So to get them out of her, tail, she does quite a few things. First of all, she does the same routine over and over again to kind of trick them and keep their guard down. So obviously every day what she does is starts walking, and she goes to the I think the pool, yeah, same time, and for the same amount of time, like 1 hour or 1.5 hour, she remains in the pool and later on comes out. So basically what she does is, like, she has made like a routine of, like, oh, from this amount of time to this amount of time I'm walking from this place to this place, from this amount of time again I go into the pool for 1 hour, I stay in the pool, then after 1 hour I come out and do the same thing over and over again. And as soon as this happens, 1 day, 2 days, 7 days, 1 month, 2 months, 5 months, if it keeps happening in the same procedure, same routine, obviously the people who are keeping an eye on her is going to keep lower their guard, so I'm pretty sure she probably continued this same routine, and didn't do anything, like just kept doing this for like 2 or 3 months. As soon as she realized the guard is down, that's when she started, putting on disguises of, that blonde lady. She puts on disguise and she probably started coming out and going and meeting Twilight or some other agents to, just take in and give out information and to exchange information. So for the first few, I'm pretty sure the first few weeks or the first few months, she didn't do anything. She probably just did this same routine over and over again, lowering their guard. As soon as the guard is lowered, that's when she started acting, taking the disguise and everything. So yeah, that's what she did, and I'm pretty sure that's what she did, and that's what she says here, that keep showing Sylvia's usual routine, and their lazy brains will stop thinking. And here we can see, those guards, I'm pretty sure the guards were all the same, each and every, all the guards that are keeping an eye on her, the same people every day. So and this has been happening for like a few weeks and a few months. So obviously as soon as she gets into the pool, they lower their guard, and one guard is like yawning, another guard is like, same old thing again, for 1 hour she'll be in there. So yeah, they lower their guard, just sit down, start talking, obviously. And that is the time when she strikes. She takes out her wig and everything, a blonde wig, and comes out and just goes in front of them, goes out in front of them, away. And they don't even notice her. Even if they notice her, they didn't realize that it's the Sylvia. Now, one thing we could probably gather from this is she talks about her jacket, a new jacket that she brought. So another thing we should have to keep an eye on is that she cannot use the same disguise every day. They'll grow suspicious if they realize that, oh, the same lady at the same time, blonde hair, blue jacket, comes out, as soon as Sylvia goes in, and they'll be suspicious if they see that happening each and every day. So I'm pretty sure Sylvia, as probably changes her clothes, changes the disguise every day, probably puts on a different wig every day, and comes out, and to kind of not let them realize that, oh, that's actually her in disguise. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other things she keeps in mind, but she does all of this, and she goes to Twilight, and she's giving him information. I love how Twilight is like, oh my god, I can't say that the tag is still in the jacket. She's the Full Metal lady. I just can't say that in front of her. And yeah, that was from Sylvia's perspective. Then we get to see it from Lloyd's perspective. Lloyd sometimes helps out Sylvia in throwing off the pursuers. For example, we can see Sylvia is walking and Lloyd is standing from a distance. Sylvia looks at Lloyd from the reflection in the glass, and Lloyd kind of just signals her that, oh, 2 people here, 2 people there, and should we continue, and or should we pull it out, pull off the meeting. And Sylvia's like, no, let's continue, like, we'll meet at point C, and like gives him those signals, and they go on their own way. And later on they meet, and yeah, they exchange information. And Project Strix, I think that's the name. Sylvia asks Lloyd about it, and Lloyd is like, you know what, my daughter can do 5 jumps in a row now. And Sylvia's like, what? Okay. Yeah, and that's where it ends. And then in the end there was a little section of like a little flashback of Yor feeding Yuri those, like, those things that she makes. And Yuri always, like, like his body is not accepting it. He's throwing it out, and at the same time he's like, oh, this is so good. Throwing it out, and he's like, oh, it's so good. And that keeps happening over and over again. And in the end Yuri is like, oh, you're such a great cook, like, sister. You'll be married very soon. You'll make the person who you marry, you'll make him very happy. And she's like, ah, you little, just slaps him so hard that he falls down. And that is why he is that tough. Like, we see Yuri just walking, and the narrator is saying the man has acquired a strong body because of that. The other guy, beside Yuri, he's like, you've been working overnight for 4 days and staggering, and got run over by a truck yesterday, right? Be careful, okay? And he's like, yeah, it's fine, no problem. My sister's punches were even harder than that. So that's where it ended. So yeah, that is it. That was my reaction to episode number wait, what episode was this? 5? Yeah. I'm getting mixed up with the episode numbers because I missed one, like, I missed one episode because of the vacation, so I'm getting mixed up with everything. Episode number 5. This is episode 5. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That is my reaction to episode number 5 of Spy Family Part 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and yeah, I'll check them out. That's it. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of Spy Family Part 2. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.